and I'm feeling good.
Catharsis in the Midwest says, I have struggled for many years with religion. I was raised a fiery Pentecostal, but my family joined the Presbyterian Church when I was 16. My salad days were turbulent, to say the least. I felt I would never measure up to any standard. I suffered so much, as did my family. I knew to trust God and believe in Jesus to be saved. However, my mind could not comprehend the demands of salvation. How could someone who had not heard the good news for whatever reason, or could not accept the good news for any reason, be punished? How could this be fair? I have returned to the skeptic realm I knew from logic, philosophy, and science class. I no longer have to live in fear of doing the right thing. Rather, I just do it. I've skipped quite a bit of his letter here. He wrote us a long letter describing the details of his deconversion. Of course, with any good story, I must have a but. My wife and family are all Christians. They do know I have struggled with my beliefs and do give me empathy by praying and hoping for me. They know I will turn around someday. My wife even commented that if she did not believe I would turn around someday, she would leave with our children. Hence, I have had to play more of the agnostic game. I do love my family dearly, and in my wife's defense, she does base her belief on faith because she feels it, which I do respect. I believe Matt has brought up this idea in the Godcasts. And she does not preach at me, rather she has a mutual respect and love for me as well. However, at times there is much angst. Fortunately, this topic does not consume our lives. We get along very well outside of this arena. We do love and care for each other very much. I'm not asking for marital advice, rather I have needed this outlet for some time. However, if you can think of any books or have any thoughts on this, please let me know. Thanks for your podcasts, links, etc. They provide me with insight, knowledge, and many laughs. Keep up the good work.
Wow.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say, Catharsis, even though you say you are not looking for marital advice, I have a piece of it for you anyway. I just can't, in my mind, square these two statements. My wife commented that if she did not believe I would turn around someday, she would leave with our children, and she has a mutual respect and love for me. I'm sorry, I just can't see those two things both being true. Anybody else have any thoughts?
In the mind of a believer, they can both be true. It's just like saying that God loves you, but he'll fuck you up.
But they aren't really both true in the minds of the believer. Right?
I agree.
They're really not both true.
What I think's happened is that his wife has said that she has a mutual respect, and that they have come to this agreement that they will try to demonstrate mutual respect.
Yeah.
But the threat that you mentioned of if I didn't think you would turn around, I'd take our kids and leave.
Yeah.
That is far more serious and far more likely to be truly representative.
Though to be fair, either one of those two statements could be something she just said.
Yeah.
She might have just said, I'd leave with the kids if I didn't believe you'd come back to the church, because she felt that she was somehow obligated by her religion to say that, even though she doesn't really mean it. And that's possible.
And being said at two different times, they could have been true at each time, and maybe her initial knee-jerk reaction was, I'd take the kids and leave. But over time, she's decided, no, mutual respect is the better option.
Yeah. And we've had previous emails about this sort of thing, and I was thinking on an earlier occasion, the issue was hell. I mean, this is some atheist talking about, I'm dating a Christian girl, and what do you think about that, and so on. I just can't. I cannot square in my head mutual love and respect and one of you believing that the other one deserves to be tortured forever. That Catharsis didn't go specifically there, but I'm just saying. There are some things people can say that just can't be true. Right? They're just mutually exclusive. And this seems to be one of those cases.
Yeah.
Dude, I think my advice is you really need to find out which of those two things is true for her, like at least right now. Because that could matter a lot.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any advice, book suggestions? Has anything been written on marriage or romance between believers and unbelievers?
I know something has been written from a Christian perspective. And the Christian perspective, I think, is dump them.
Oh, and I have one.
Oh, yeah, because the Bible's clear.
Unequally
yoked
like
is
that.
bad.
I've heard on the Bible Answer Man, the author of, I think it was somebody like Lee Strobel.
That's nice. Marriage, a yoke. Wonderful. Yeah, that's really good.
I have one other minor quibble with the letter, and it might just be the way you wrote it, listener. But you say, they know I will turn around someday. And that can't be true.
Obviously.
Right? I mean, apart from the fact, technically, it's not possible to know the future. About things like that with any kind of detail. But, in fact, what is going on is they believe that you will turn around someday. And this is an important distinction. There is a difference between actually knowing something and just believing it, and I think you know this. I'm just quibbling with the way you wrote it.
He might have meant no, like, as if you put it in quotes.
He might have meant to put it in quotes.
Well, but it follows a sentence where he says, they know I've struggled with my beliefs.
Sure.
Which can be true.
That's factual.
All you have to do is tell them, and they'll know that. Wow. Anybody else want to fiddle with this guy's life?
My impulse is not to touch that.
We do not know enough.
I'm not telling you what to do. But my advice is, there is an inherent contradiction here that I think you need to recognize as a contradiction and figure out what to do on your own.
And I'm feeling good.